The green zone is I am okay, you are okay, healthy position of ego, where these people are very happy people. They receive suggestions, they receive criticism with the same harmony. They're very people's person, accept suggestions, very creative, incorporating, cooperative, very accommodating. Coexistence is a thing, universal brotherhood, love, compassion, empathy, all that. And this is the life of a human being, to experience this zone of I am okay, you are okay, where we all can work together in a healthy work environment. If you're feeling love, you're feeling peace for, and you can be happy for your fellow family member or peer group. Somebody's getting promotion, you are happy for them. It means you have that happy ego state. If somebody is getting a promotion, you are feeling jealous, and why this person, not me? It's human to feel that way, that oh, I wish I also have it, and I'm happy for that person. That's okay. If you're feeling, oh my god, this person doesn't deserve, I deserve, something is wrong. So these are the questions we got to answer. And trust me, no psychologist will answer you for that. They can show you to use this. You got to ask yourself these questions. And if there's no honesty, self-honesty in your own mind, there is no way we can move toward happiness. Now, the addiction trigger cycle, how does this happen? There can be episodes. Okay, sometimes, every time I just look at a cat and I just run away and I feel panic. Every time when I go on a ride, I feel something in my stomach, for example, on the roller coaster on Ferrari World. Oh my God, my stomach boils down. I mean, ask yourself, what are your episodes of stress? When do you feel, do you look at somebody, one person that gives you that stress, one situation that gives you stress? Just before exam, some people are okay, some people are not okay. So ask yourself, what are your episodes of stress? Okay, there could be stress, prolonged stress, because of a death of a close family member. I'm telling you, I lost my mom when I was 17, and I had a huge period of stress, which is post-traumatic stress. It can cause after the accident, after recovering from any severe life-threatening disease. I have people, those who were enrolled after recovering from cancer, so that they can accept their healing. If there's a chronic stress, somebody has delivered let's say unwanted child, as in somebody was not ready for the baby and they have a baby. Now they cannot live a happy family life because the person think, or the couple think, oh, this is unnecessary entry in our life and we have lost our life. So, and that become a chronic stress. So these kind of stressors are there. You can ask yourself, what is your stress? If it is post-traumatic, you need help. If it is chronic stress, you need help. If it is acute stress, you are having headache, migraine, you cannot sleep, you are in one of those substance abuses, in terms of drinking coffee, too much of a sugar, too much of food, smoking, drugs, alcohol, any kind of that kind of a displacement, it means you need help. So guys, look at the cycle. There's a trigger. Somebody said some nasty thing to me. Now I'm very angry. Now I have a craving to go and have let's say cold coffee with hot chocolate and whipped cream, and I have that. I feel good. I come back and I'm back at this state, in my work, and then later on I'm feeling guilty. Oh, why the hell I did that? You see, then again there's a next trigger and I do the same thing. This is addiction cycle. In order to get out of this addiction cycle, to get rid of the guilt, we got to break the pattern. And how to break this pattern? Because everything started with the trigger. We need to just find a space between emotional trigger, craving, and ritual. Ritual means action. So between the trigger and the action, we have to take a pause. And how this pause can be experienced is an art. And this art is called an art of living, art of breathing, and find out what happens from this stress curve. When, let's not just make the stress all that ugly. It is required. I told you we have good stress, right? If we do not have any stress in our life, the life is going to be boring. We have nothing to do, no motivation to even come out of our houses and act and help and be a human, so we can contribute for our own growth and health and and advancement and enhancement. And if we come out of from our comfort zone and give our optimum performance, optimum stress is required. And when we are giving our optimum level of stress, our performance is increasing. When we run for a walk, we walk for an hour and then we start running, and then we start really running very fast, we are going to have a fatigue. We are going to get exhausted. And when this optimum stress goes on for a very long time, in that case we have stress overload. The body gives up, the brain gives up, the chemical disbalance happens in the body, and that state is called emotional physical burnout. It's a breakdown where performance reduces eventually, and also the body gives up. And hence it is proven that lots of psychosomatic stress causes all the diseases. Almost 95% diseases are caused by stress, meaning by thinking. By thinking stress, we manifest disease. Hence, the dis-ease of emotions causes disease in the body. And let's see what the further implication of the stress. So we have a stress. We are in a situation of extreme toxic stress. Different people behave in different manners. Some people, they freeze. They have no energy, they're helpless, they feel trapped. Sometimes you will see, I know somebody back home, a guy, his wife committed suicide, and this guy can see the wife is burning on fire and he's just standing. He could not move to save her. He was frozen, he could not move. And this is where the interrogation happened. Why the hell you did not save your wife? He said, I was blank, I couldn't do anything. This happens with the girls who are, teased. Eve teasing is done. They're on the street and somebody come and just say some nasty and they don't know what to do. This is freezing, where person disassociate themselves from the situation and the brain completely leaves the current moment, and they are trapped and they cannot act. And that's called freeze. Some people fight or flight. They run away from the situation or they try to fight it. They want to just be angry and frustrated and rage. This is the situation we are trying to fight it out. And some people just have this whole area of worrying, concern, irritation. Some people are using the social engagement. They are using it productively. Some people are making more connections, they are taking actions, they learn mindfulness, they are more aware, they are more curious, uses their social engagements for good and bad. Some people get into very bad companies, they go clubbing, partying, just forgetting the whole world and just forget about it. They try to suppress all the feelings. Ask yourself, what happens to you? Do you freeze, fight or flight, or you socially engaged in good or bad company in order to deal with the stress? And no, in all these ways we have this impact on our body. So the physical impact on our body, when we are in the heightened stressful fight and flight mode, our eyes, people, they're dilated, the color of the skin changes, the heart rate increases, pulse rate increases, the body shivers. There's a biochemistry inside our body changes when we have this fight and flight mode. The cortisol levels increases in our body, and the biochemistry causes system to act and respond. And if we are not trained to use the gears, emotional gears, to use it in a positive and negative way, that's where we lose our power, ability to choose. And this power and ability to choose is called mindfulness. Everything is generated in the mind, has to be corrected in the mind. So our power and ability to decide how to react is called mindfulness. If we have reached to a point where there's a chemical disbalance, when there's a cortisol is too much, less of other happy hormones, in that case probably psychologist is going to refer people to psychiatrist. Because if there is iron deficiency, doctors have to give us iron supplement. If we are not taking the iron supplement and the iron level reduces to negative level, they give iron transfusion through IV. Otherwise we will have lots of other issues, right? So doctors and psychologists refer to psychiatrists, and psychiatrists, after doing the measurement and the test, they will decide if the loss has reached to a point where chemicals are required to support, just like multivitamins support our deficiencies in the physical body. Probably the brain might need, we don't know, it has to be diagnosed by the psychiatrist. However, we can fix it by simply fixing the lifestyle, because when everything was triggered from the thought, everything has to be cured at the thought level.